Honestly, I wanted to take a gap year after my bachelor's, so I didn't had a plan B. Now my parents were not convinced to pay 7,000 for this thing because they didn't knew what digital marketing was. What if I don't crack any interviews? So the first paycheck, it was like the green signal for my parents, like okay, बेटी अभी कुछ कर रही है. Before coming into this field, I was pursuing masters in American literature and arts. To be honest, I didn't want to go into the teaching line as a profession. Honestly, I wanted to take a gap year after my bachelor's. But when I talked this with my parents, they were like, why do you want to take a gap year? What will you do in this gap year? So I didn't had a plan B for them to convince that, okay, I want to take a break so that I can realize where my interest lies. So I had to take English as a major so that when I do my masters, I do not have these constant questions bumping into me. What are you doing? What are your future plans? You're wasting your time. So I wanted a plan B, and that's how MyCaptain came into the scene. So I enrolled in the SEO basic course, and that was the point when I knew, okay, this is something interesting. I never knew about it, and maybe I can go further with it. And at the end of it, they told us there's a pro course opportunity again, and I was pretty sure and certain that I don't want to lose this opportunity. But again, my parents, they were like, digital marketing, what is this, something like that. And I tried to explain them in the simplest of terms, but they were like, this is not something which is related to literature and all, right? So it was my big sister who came to the rescue and made the payment. That's how I started with the pro course. The initial month only, I got to know about social media ads, Facebook in particular. Then the second month, it was social media marketing. I was like, okay. It just kept on surprising me, the course. So the course was actually like, it gave me an assurance that, okay, now if I do not want to go into the literature thing and the professor thing, I have a plan B. So the job placement program, when it started, initially I got rejected from almost all the opportunities that came on the group. I was like, what if I don't crack any interviews? Like this whole 4 months, the hard work, the investment of time and all, it will just go into waste. But the assistance I got from them, it was amazing because I got the preparation for the mock interview. Even after the course got over, I told them that I messed up this interview, and even after taking the mock interviews in the course, I would like if I could get assistance more. And they were actually positive about it. They were like, okay, we'll plan a Zoom call or something where we will have mock interviews. And then finally, I got placed in an educational organization here in Bangalore. So I was like, okay, jaan mein jaan I types, it happened like that. I told my mom first, and she was really happy. But with my dad, it was really difficult because it's difficult to convince your father that you did bachelor's and you did your master's in completely different field. It's like a north and south pole. I guess for quite a time he was like into deep thoughts. Okay, Bangalore, because he never sent me away. Like it was difficult for him, but he wanted to see my growth as well. So after a difficult situation with the family, they agreed to it. When I got my first paycheck, I remember I sent my dad, my dad, he had a very old phone with cracked screen. It doesn't work properly. But you know how dads are, they will never spend a penny on themselves, even though how much you force them. But I sent him money from my first paycheck, and when I sent him the money, he called me when he saw it. He was like, I could feel he was in tears. He was about to shed a tear. So the first paycheck, it was like the green signal for my parents. Like, okay, बेटी अभी कुछ कर रही है, like even if she's switching to something which has scope. This course and the internship has it opened so many opportunities for me that I am confident and I'm certain that I can actually build a career out of it. The course was the life-changing thing in my career, obviously. Now I'm not scared to tell my parents that if I don't want to go for the degree and I don't want to go further with it, I have something that I can move forward into, and I've already achieved just a little, but I have still achieved it on my own.